Welcome to the channel where we bring you the latest and most intriguing moments from the world of entertainment, celebrity news, and beyond. If you're someone who loves getting the inside scoop on your favorite stars and understanding what really goes on behind the scenes, then you're definitely in the right place. In today's video, we're diving deep into a moment that has fans and media buzzing. Pedro Pascal reportedly hospitalized after an on-set accident. The acclaimed actor, known for his roles in The Mandalorian and The Last of Us, has always been praised for his dedication to his craft. But this recent incident has raised concerns about the physical demands placed on actors during intense filming schedules. What exactly happened on set? How is Pedro recovering? And what does this mean for the production timelines of his ongoing projects? We'll explore the details surrounding this event, including statements from the production team and any updates on Pedro's condition. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on exclusive updates, breakdowns, and all things entertainment. Now, let's get started. Dzisiaj a routine day turns dangerous. It all started on what should have been a typical day of shooting. Pedro Pascal, known for his intense action roles and charismatic screen presence, was filming one of the more physically demanding scenes for his upcoming project. The set was buzzing with activity as crew members prepped and cameras rolled. Pascal, ever the professional, was fully committed to the scene. But what happened next would throw the entire production into chaos and lead to headlines that fans never expected to read. 9. The moment everything went wrong. According to insider reports, the accident occurred during a complex stunt sequence. While Pedro has performed his fair share of physically intense scenes, this one was reportedly more dangerous than most. As the cameras captured the action, something went wrong. Whether it was a mistimed movement, a missed cue, or equipment failure remains unclear. But Pedro fell hard, hitting the ground with enough force to halt production immediately. Crew members rushed to his side. The director called for an emergency stop, and within minutes, paramedics were on the scene. It immediate medical attention on set. The paramedics quickly assessed Pedro's condition. Witnesses say he was conscious but in visible pain, clutching his shoulder and grimacing. The crew was instructed to clear the area while he was stabilized and prepped for transport. Producers made the call to shut down filming for the day. Pedro was then transported to a nearby hospital under medical supervision. Rumors began to swirl immediately online as people speculated about the extent of his injuries. Was it a fracture, a dislocation, or something more serious? 7. Social media spirals into concern. News travels fast in the age of the internet. As soon as word got out that Pedro Pascal had been hospitalized, social media exploded. Fans flooded Twitter and Instagram with messages of support and worry. Hashtags like #PrayForPedro and #PedroPascal began trending within hours. His co-stars, many of whom remained silent at first due to contractual obligations, quietly reposted news articles and shared heart emojis, indicating solidarity without revealing too much. The speculation only intensified the public's need for clarity. 6. The studio breaks. Its silence 2 days after the accident, the studio finally issued an official statement. They confirmed that Pedro Pascal had sustained injuries during filming and was receiving treatment. They described his condition as stable, but noted that he would be taking time to recover. No further details about the nature of his injuries were provided, but the tone of the statement was serious. It wasn't just a minor bump or bruise, something more substantial had happened, enough to pause production and reconsider the safety protocols on set. 5. Fans recall his grueling workload. Fans and commentators began pointing out Pedro's relentless work schedule over the past few years. From The Mandalorian to The Last of Us, to several film projects running simultaneously, the actor has barely had time to breathe. He's become a household name for carrying emotionally intense roles that also require heavy physicality. Some insiders now question whether fatigue may have played a role in the on-set accident. Was Pedro pushing himself too hard? Could his schedule be endangering his health? 4. Production schedule in limbo. With Pedro out of commission, the project's future suddenly felt uncertain. While studios can sometimes work around the lead actor's absence, this film reportedly centers heavily around Pascal's character. Some scenes were rescheduled or cut, but much of the script revolved around his performance. Crew members were placed on standby, while executives scrambled to adjust budgets, insurance claims, and shooting timelines. For a production already under pressure to meet deadlines, this incident created a logistical nightmare. 3. The emotional toll. Behind the scenes, people close to Pedro describe him as incredibly dedicated, but also deeply empathetic. Sources say he was more concerned about disrupting the crew's work and delaying the project than he was about his own condition. His co-stars, some of whom have worked with him for years, were reportedly shaken by the incident. The mood on set turned somber and several members of the crew reportedly requested time off to process the emotional impact of seeing the accident unfold firsthand. This wasn't just a workplace mishap, it was a reminder of the real risks actors take, even when surrounded by professionals. 2. Recovery begins, but questions remain. Pedro Pascal has now begun his recovery, and according to close sources, he's in good spirits. Physical therapy is expected, and while he's not bedridden, he is taking things slow. Still, many questions remain unanswered. What exactly went wrong? Was the accident preventable? And how will this affect not only this film, but future roles? Studio insiders say that Pedro is committed to returning to work once fully healed, but nothing will be rushed. For now, he's spending time off camera, focusing on healing both physically and mentally. 1. A reminder of the risks behind the fame. This accident has served as a sobering reminder that behind the polished Hollywood image, real danger still exists. Pedro Pascal, beloved by fans for his charm and toughness on screen, is also a human being, one who puts his body on the line for his art. The entertainment world often masks the brutal demands placed on actors, but moments like these expose the fragility beneath the fame. Whether it was a misstep, an accident, or something more technical, it doesn't change the reality. Pedro Pascal could have faced far worse. Thankfully, he's on the mend, but this incident may change how future productions approach stunt work, safety measures, and even actor wellness. One thing's for sure, fans around the world are rooting for his full and speedy recovery. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thanks for watching.